The internet has changed the world, empowering individuals and organizations, allowing us to work together as we move forward. Today, people are asking, what will the internet look like in 10 years? You're an employee of International Widgets, selling digital software and media all over the world, mostly online. As technological, political, and economic motivations compete to shape the future of the internet, your company and personal life also come to a turning point. Your future hasn't been written, and neither has the internet's. Let's imagine several possibilities. Here you are, 10 years from now. We're showing you what life with the internet could be like in one possible future. What we call the porous gardens scenario. For you, the internet is fun, but your business and wallet both rely on it. That's why you've just bought a shiny new Smart Gadget notepad online. You love Smart Gadget because its Smart Store has countless apps that do just about everything. It's fun and you can run your business with it. Plus, it looks really cool. Gone is the global open internet that you knew. Now your online life is limited to Smart Gadget and the apps it develops for its network. You turn over your privacy and dollars for Smart Gadget's network, hardware, software, and legendary functionality. Eventually, getting out is too costly. Now you're stuck. Governments license developers because apps and hardware are too important to fail. Developers work with one brand only. Same with apps. Smart Gadget's network and hardware can't connect to Brightnex's network. Sometimes it's impossible to do business with companies that use other networks, like Brightnex or in telecom. You and your business are now caught in a turf war, as everyone aligns with their favorite brand. You are committed to your platform, and you live and die by its success. But this isn't the only possible future. Here you are in another future scenario. Here you are in 10 years. You've taken a promotion to be the media manager for International Widgets Pacific operations, providing local news content to viewers outside your region. Not only does this mean more responsibility, it means moving to a new place. Everything's going well until the internet we know and love changes into something we call the moats and drawbridges scenario. Networks become centralized, nationalized, regulated, and controlled. The global open internet is replaced by many separate, not very well connected collections of networks, each walled off and closely monitored. Your business can't reach its audiences because large corporations lean on governments to create policies that restrict access to non-national content and allow for cultural censorship. Even worse, persisting fears about cybersecurity make distributors unwilling to connect to your network. But it's not just your company that's cut off. You are too. Not only can you not show off your work to friends back home, you can't access any of your favorite websites. With the internet controlled by the corporations, you're forced to cut a deal that sells the exclusive distribution rights for your content to the biggest media distributor servicing other regions. They don't buy your platform, and they don't understand the cultural differences. All they know is the bottom line, what sells and what doesn't. You're trapped, at work and at home, locked in a virtual castle. While you're struggling to find a way to survive, the distributors in other regions flood your content back into your market. Now approved, because the content is hosted on corporate servers. The newsmakers you once worked with are now forced to deal with the large corporations, making them lose creative control, while also letting the corporations decide who watches what, where, and for how much. Eventually you give up and move home, hoping there's still a place for you in the company there. Here you are in another future scenario. You love using Viper, the leading global teleconferencing platform. Not only do you use it every day to connect to clients all over the world, you like that it lets you keep in contact with your family and friends. You also like that it's always accessible wherever you are. But the internet we know and love has become what we call the boutique network scenario. Unique internet addresses have become a rare commodity. There are simply too many people in too many places that all want to join in the conversation. Governments and service providers take matters into their own hands, transforming the internet into many independent intranets. The intranets are regional, and they only cater to certain services. They also allow providers to implement complex payment schemes. As the internet dies, everyone is forced to move to the intranets. Suddenly, Viper stops working. The lack of regulation and consistent technology used by the intranets makes it impossible to adapt. The intranets are so fractured that there's no chance for a global communication platform. At work, you feel like you've gone back in time. Speaking face-to-face has become too expensive in a world where intranets define their own rules and prices. You feel it at home too. A few years ago, you used Viper to debut your firstborn to your parents on the other side of the world. Now you're not sure when you'll be able to see them again. Your contact list becomes a sad record of people you can't reach. The intranets that do provide a teleconferencing service do so at exaggerated prices and with limited reach. Here you are, 10 years from now. You work for International Widgets Worldwide News, providing users with apps for receiving news on their mobile devices and the content to go with it. But the internet we know and love is about to change. We're showing you what we call the common pool scenario. Just as today, no one knows for sure where the internet's heading, but everyone has their own vision for it. Industry experts are busy building serious models for serious business. Meanwhile, amateurs are playing amidst the chaos, discovering critical issues and finding innovative ways of solving them. Eventually, the world turns to these users, creating open-source, collaborative, and freely available fixes. Adopting these solutions births a new internet, one founded on the principles that drove the original net's success: collaboration, competition, and evolution. But a new internet means you need a new business model. After putting their faith in other users, people aren't willing to hand over their hard-earned money to corporate content providers. That's when you get an idea. Let the users report the news. Since your audience receives its content on mobile devices like Smart Gadget Notepad, you figure that's the place to start for a new platform. You partner with Viper, a global teleconferencing platform that's already successfully using real-time, high-definition video to connect users through their notepads. Together, you create a global news system, allowing users to report to other users about whatever interests them the most. You survive because you realize that users don't want media made by experts. They want something that will help them sort through all that great amateur content. That's why you let your users tell you what they like. Then you give them a constant flow of video streams, from big news to small news, and everything in between. The success of your platform draws out the copycats. You have to stay on your toes because competition is now coming from parts of the world that couldn't even access the internet before. Despite the imitators, International Widgets manages to keep ahead by remaining in touch with what users want. That's why you open up the platform's code. The first user-created extension to catch on lets people add annotations and comments to the video streams in real time. The second lets you attach a Viper-based chat room to any feed, letting users and reporters talk as the news is happening. These innovations don't just make your platform better, they attract new users with new ideas. With content and functionality driven by users, International Widgets helps everyone get what they want, when and how they want it. Across the globe, people are tapped into a new world of news. You never know how long your company's success will last, but you take comfort in the fact that the internet is a place that's always allowed to evolve. We need you to help shape tomorrow's internet. We're working to keep the internet free and open, for you and with you. Act now to protect the internet's future. Find out what you can do at internetsociety.org.